is, what is your biggest fear in life?
Gosh, that's such a deep question. Um, I don't know. I think like I'm most afraid of uh, I don't know if this is like gonna sound crazy, but like never. I don't like being alone. I
Hmm.
guess.
I think picking, or not even just picking the wrong path, but just not being happy with the path I've chose.
Regret maybe,
Hmm.
not living the life to my fullest. I've recently been, that's why I kind of came, I was like, I usually don't do this, but I
Yeah.
really like, I've been drawn to connection and talking to people, and I think I stop myself a lot
Hmm.
from that just because I am shy. But it's like I don't want to regret a conversation with someone or regret an experience, and I
Hmm.
think that's something that I fear is not pushing myself to just live and be,
Hmm.
um, because I might be embarrassed.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah.
My biggest fear in life. Wow, big question. Honestly, I think it's not being able to just have fun with my friends, go get cannolis. Just losing that connection, that human connection, is probably my biggest fear.
Even my daughter without anything.
Biggest fear in life? I didn't do enough. Just like I'm more of an introverted person, and so
Hmm.
when I walked up here, I was like, oh, should I do this or not? And this is my first time like ever doing some sort of like video or like recording like this in public. So just trying different things.
Oh, okay. Whoa, scary question. Um, what am I most afraid of in life? I guess I'm afraid of like legacy, kind of. How will I be remembered? Like, will I be remembered? Uh, Not even how will I be remembered, but like, will there be people to carry on my memory?
Mhm.
And I don't think I have to be afraid of that
Mhm.
necessarily, but it is something that comes up. Is like, you know, how does it play out from here?
Mhm.
And how will it play out after that? Like, will everything be okay? Like, will my family continue on, and what will they struggle with, and will they remember me and what I struggled a bit with?
Mhm.
Um,
Okay, and in what ways do you think you would end up losing that human connection? What does that look like? Let's say your biggest fear materializes. What does that life look like?
I mean, it would probably just be like, if I'm like completely alone, like living in my room, not leaving, just like
Mhm.
going to work or like school, and then coming back and not like actually like hanging out with people, doing stuff
Hmm.
like that. I feel
Is that a good answer?
Yeah. What about being? What does that mean, being alone? So what is
I don't know. I
alone?
feel like never like finding love, never like losing friends. I think like I feel like that's a big fear. I feel like I crave connection so much, so I feel like
Mhm.
I'm scared of somehow like losing connection or not making connections.
Okay. Fear for us as a country, then, in
Oh,
the United States, we
yeah,
could
that's
twist
right.
it that way.
All right, that's even better. All right, so biggest fear for the country. All right, so I really truly feel that our country is really weak.
Mhm.
Military wise, men wise, I truly feel that. I think that other countries, Iran, China, Russia, have put so much money into giving so many rights to the LGBTQ and other entities to go
Mhm.
ahead and promote so pride, and it's making our military strong. It's making our generation strong. Weak. It's making our generations weak in the future.
Is what's it like being at a quote unquote elite institution like Tufts? We see a lot of elite institutions are under attack right now. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah.
what does it look like being at an institution like that? What do you think the general environment, culture, and
Yeah. Yeah.
discourse
Yeah.
is like?
I'm an engineer at Tufts, and we honestly we don't think about it too much. As long as we can kind of we're there to do a job. I'm there to
Mhm.
be an engineer. I'm not there for any political reasons or any of that.
Yeah.
But we do a pretty good job of dealing with all that other stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
there's a lot going on in this
Yeah.
country, and it makes a lot of liberal arts institutions kind of under fire
Yeah.
sometimes. But we don't even notice it in the engineering department. We're just there to do math.
You combating like that fear?
I think it's something I work through every day.
Mhm.
And I start small by saying maybe like I'll have a different conversation with someone else today,
Mhm.
or I'll go put myself in an uncomfortable situation just because. And I think it's just an everyday thing. I don't know if I'm gonna get better at it, but I'm going to try
Yeah.
to just keep on pushing myself and putting myself in different situations.
Yeah. And with the regret, like what would be that ultimate regret or fear? What is it? Falling short? Is it like feeling you're not enough? Like what are things that come to mind when you say that regret? Is it just being a failure, or is it being scared of people's opinions? Like what is it?
No, I think I enjoy failing. I think I've learned that failing is a necessity to grow.
Yeah.
I think it's just embarrassment. I think it's just I don't like maybe other people judging me, or I'm very hard on myself, me judging myself, like why did I do that or why did I say that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it might be just other people's opinions.
I think we're using it like pretty well in some ways. Like it's definitely benefited most people's lives,
Mhm.
and it's made a lot of things more convenient. But
Yeah.
and I think the ways that I mentioned, yeah, just like connecting with people through like social media can be good. But at the same time, I think there's a big drawback of how the way we use technology nowadays is designed to like suck us in and like not let us go. So I
Yeah.
think if we were more focused on the communication aspect of stuff and not
Mhm.
as much on the like social media and like browsing this, just scrolling different information, I feel like that would probably be better.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for coming on the 1 Minute Podcast. I'm that person, like quote unquote, that's totally alone. Is that a big fear?
Yeah, like am I like quote unquote, yeah, like my friends get married, get spouses, like I don't for some,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like that's
Mhm.
kind of a fear of mine, and then feeling like everyone else is, yeah.
And didn't do enough in what sense? Like just in general in your whole life, or where does that fear stem from?
Like, if I were to die right now,
Mhm.
like, would I be happy with like what I've achieved?
Yeah.
I think that's kind of like the question that I ask myself.
Yeah. And right now, where do you think where are you falling short? Like if you were to die right now and
Traveling.
Yeah.
I think I'm not a big traveler, and I feel like I've been to, like Japan, China. I'm Chinese.
Mhm.
But besides that, not really anywhere else. So I'd love to explore the world more. Boston is kind of also part of that whole plan as well.
Awesome. Well, thank you for
Yeah.
coming on the 1 Minute Podcast.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
I've been trying to work on myself after getting out of a previous relationship, and
Yeah.
I think that like, I'm not like going and searching, because I think there's, I think what's meant to be will be, and I think
Yeah.
that like I think like obviously loving yourself and everything. I think it's just for me, it's like uncertainty is really what kills me. I think
Yeah.
that's like one part of my life that I feel like, or for anyone, you can't
Mhm.
tell the future. You can't be
Yeah.
certain.
Are you comfortable alone? Like when you're by yourself?
Yeah, I am. I think like growing up, I was very independent, and so I
Mhm.
think that like I enjoy being alone. But I
Yeah.
think that there's like also there's like something nice about having someone else who's just like always there for you too.
I do feel that people are becoming so proud to go ahead, or so afraid to go ahead and speak up their own rights, that they feel that they are losing masculinity. And I do feel like if I don't care what someone's sexual orientation is,
Yeah.
but it's if I don't agree with it, then I'm the bad guy, and I do hate that.
So why do you want people to remember you?
Because I think there's something to be said about being afraid, being afraid of being forgotten, right?
Mhm.
Like you don't want to be like lost to time, right?
Mhm.
So I think that's where that fear stems from, is the desire to be remembered.
Mhm. And what ways are you actively combating that fear, do you think? Or when your friends ask you in China, what is the U.S. like, say to them?
I say that it's like it's a place where I'm able to express a lot of my interests.
Mhm.
So a lot of my interests include like I love fantasy.
Yeah.
I love live action role play. I love cosplaying, and I feel like these are things that you don't really like see a lot like in a lot of like in Singapore, let's say, I
Yeah.
don't really see a lot of that. I don't
Yeah.
think in China I saw a lot of that. Maybe I could just be looking in all the wrong places.
Yeah.
But I definitely didn't see that. And here, I feel like in the U.S., I'm able to find a more diverse group of people to appreciate fantasy and
Yeah.
who love cosplay and all that. So
And then actually trying to, I mean, it looks like people do remember you. They literally just recognize you as you're walking down the street. So
Yeah, I mean, giving good impressions to people
Mm-hmm.
and like spreading kindness is definitely a good way to do that. But like, participating and being able to participate in such important things like my work, for example, like that's, I hope that will help, carry on memory. People will be like, oh, that tour guide was great. Like, I had such a great experience, and this person contributed to that. And part of it is also like, wanting like to have family and like having that be an element of memory.
I definitely am all about freedom of speech. I mean, freedom of speech is an amazing thing. However, there's a consequence for everything, and you can say whatever you'd like to say about whoever, but there's still consequence. I mean, people feel that they can go ahead and go to a cop and say "fuck you, pig," "I hope you die," but there should be a consequence, okay? Because as a man, you talk to another person, say "fuck you, pig," "hope you die." Well, that person should probably get punched in the face because that's just a man's a man. You disgrace me and my family, and that's what it is.
Like as an engineer, I want to be a lawyer, but I'm an engineer. I write poetry, but I'm an engineer. So I think I'm scared that one day I'm going to look back and it's going to be, I'm 50, 40 years old, and I'm going to say engineering probably wasn't the right pick for me. But at the end of the day, I just want to be happy, I guess. So that's my biggest fear, not being happy.
Okay, and do you think we're lacking discourse in the United States?
Yes.
Like debate, and what does masculinity mean to you?
Well, masculinity means great question. Masculinity to me means just my own what I'm strong about for my own beliefs. It can be gay, it can be whatever it is, but it's what I believe strongly that I'm willing to fight for. That's my masculinity, and it can be different for you. It can be intelligence, or it can be financial.
Do you feel like do you think college forces you to choose like a consequential path, right? Like your major, you seem to be attributing a lot of your life success and life direction right now to a career choice you make at 18 or 19.
Yeah.
Do you think that's the way our society is built up, or do you think we're allowed to have other interests like you speak to, or are we so career and driven focused that everything just relies on that?
I think life pushes you towards success, and I think that often pushes you toward a career. Because everybody wants to make money and have cars and have family, nice cars, mansion, whatever.
Yeah.
It's not really driven toward that happiness that I was kind of talking about. So I don't know. I'm scared of that, and I definitely think it pushes you toward a career and money.
And what does happiness mean to you then?
Contentness.
Okay.
I think it's more of a feeling than something I can explain. As long as I can just, like, I'm sitting out front of a coffee shop today and just watching people go by and smile. That's happiness to me. I don't need a nice car. I don't need a big house. Just need to be content, I guess.
Yeah. And then studying engineering, is that a personal just interest then? Would you be happy if you just didn't make a lot of money then in engineering, or like how much are you paying for Tufts?
Oh, well, Tufts is a lot of money. I'm not paying all of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm on financial aid and all that sort of thing, but it's a lot of money. It's a big commitment. It's a $100,000 investment for an education every year.
Yeah. So would you be happy if you didn't make a lot of money then, coming out of engineering school at Tufts?
I'd like to say I would be, but I don't know. That's definitely something I'm scared of, is if I pick the wrong path there.
Yeah.
But I'd like to say I can be happy no matter what I do. You should try to make the best out of everything you have.
Do you think the leaders in our countries are facing consequences? Do you think enforcement faces consequences in the same ways that us, quote unquote, regular people do?
That is something to be seen. We'll find out. We'll find out.
What drew you to joining the military, and can you speak on that experience a little bit?
I think just getting out of there's so much love and peace in Hawaii that it's difficult to leave, but at the same time I think I wanted to just go out on my own, financially build myself my own I guess area, and everyone has the same mindset there a little bit. But when I came out here, it's kind of, you had to adjust to people and different mindsets. There's so much more that the world has to offer, even though the island is so beautiful. You just learn a lot more.
Yeah. So I got on Subway Takes, and you said that embarrassment is an underscored emotion. Yeah.
Yes,
that's you see that one?
Yes,
yeah, embarrassment is an underscored emotion. Go out there and make a fool of yourself.
Yeah.
Honestly, with your friends, or what are some trends and patterns you're noticing?
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely a lot more people on their phones when they hang out, Not a lot of people actually go out. A lot of people are just kind of stay at home all the time, don't really leave. But, I feel at the same time, a lot of people still do go out, still hang out with their friends. And I feel even though it's made us a lot more alienated, technology also connects us. So we can plan more hangouts, go farther without being afraid, stuff like that.
Americans are getting wrong about China, or what would you want Americans to know about China?
There is so much culture in China, and I feel a lot of people, they think oh, China, there's so much censorship. And yes, I grew up during a time when Instagram was a thing, and then it got blocked off, and but when I grew up, like when I came here, I didn't know what Netflix was.
Yeah.
And threw a lot of people off. They're just like, you don't know what Netflix is? I'm like,
Yeah.
what is it? Like, I grew up watching HBO on the TV because my dad watched it.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't know what a lot of things were. I feel like a lot of people, like, again, like my thinking is a lot of people are like, wow, like censorship, but or like communism.
Yeah.
But I
that's
feel
what
like there is so much more to that. Like
Mhm.
there is, like when I grew up there was like $1 wontons that you can get on the street,
it is.
and which is like amazing. Or you know, like how where I grew up in Shanghai.
Yep.
There's so much to do and there's so much to see,
Mhm.
and I want people to like know that, you know, it's not like all about that. There's so much more that when you go, you're just like, wow, like this is great.
Yeah.
And
Awesome. Well, thank you
yeah.
so much for
You're
coming
so
on the 1 Minute
welcome.
Podcast. Thank
oh my
you.
gosh, of course.
And I think you see that in like a lot. Like that's what I mean. I love talking to people, so I was like, why not? But I do like the embarrassment part is a big one. I think
And I was like, you know what? Like, I really just have to put myself out there.
Yeah.
I'm so stuck in my mundane life, and it's just like, how would I even explore people and things if I don't, you know, take that next step? But like, I've been wanting. I was just like, for 3 years, I want to start a podcast. I'm just like, I never do.
Yeah.
But I think this is so genuine. I think I just met you, but it's just like I like. How often do you have conversations with people like this?
Yeah. No, you're right.
But this is amazing. I absolutely love it.
And let me ask you: Do you think college is worth it?
Depends on what you're studying, I
Mhm.
suppose. Like, would you say like financially or?
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe.
Do you think like if you're paying for a quote unquote product, do you think what you're paying for is worth it?
I would say in state schools, yes, definitely.
Okay.
I'm personally studying finance.
Mhm.
University of Maryland isn't quite a target school for finance,
Mhm.
but I know like I will have solid career opportunities coming out of school, and I just think that like working with maybe like trades or something like that
Mhm.
is just very reliant on your body, and
Yeah.
so over time that you're gonna wear yourself out.
Japan and like city states like Singapore, what is it that allows them to operate at this like level of cleanliness and safe? Like, what societies operate at that we might be?
That is a good question. I think it's the way that like it operates as a whole.
Mhm.
I'm not. Maybe it was like I know that there's like always like a lot of posters around saying like, oh, don't forget to like, you know, do this or do that. Like,
Yeah.
and like the consequences are super high.
Yeah.
So, for example, I know that like jaywalking I literally did that like today.
Yeah.
Jaywalking is a $20 fine if they
Yeah.
catch you.
Yeah.
And I think everyone's like, okay, like we don't want to pay that fine, or we don't want to pay 20 grand and be sent off to prison for 20 years if we bring marijuana, let's say.
Yeah.
Because I know like drugs is like highly controlled.
Yeah.
And so I think it's like the way that like I think it's being set up, and everyone's like, oh, we don't want to like face these consequences. That it kind of. I think my mom, she put my brother and I in like the back of a taxi when I was like 5 and my brother was like 2.
Yeah.
And she just puts us in the back of the taxi and being like, drive here.
Yeah. It's like it's not. I guess it's not as much fear induced, and it's not as much maybe like high.
That's very
consequence.
interesting because
Yeah.
in Singapore, I think it's like very similar in the sense where like if you don't really do super great in like high school, like
Yeah.
that's okay because they actually have they have like a building where they like teach you trade school stuff. It's
Yeah.
a trade
And that's smart.
Yeah. And like I think there was this one. It's like there's a restaurant. You can literally go and dine at this restaurant. So all of your
Yeah.
waiters and all of like your kitchen staff, they're all students. And then the head chef and the head
Yeah.
head server, that's like the teachers.
Yeah.
And then after the meal, you know, you fill out this is how the service went, like this
Yeah.
is how you feel.
Interesting.
And it's like it's really cool. Like I've been there like a few times, and
Yeah.
I always said to my mom, like, Mom, I really want to go to like that one restaurant where like the students serve us
Yeah.
because I think that like gives them that real life opportunity to. And I don't know if they have something like this in the States. Like
Yeah.
I have not seen it.
I don't
yet.
think so either. I think that's a good point. Like someone brought up to me, it's like not everyone has to go to college.
Right.
Not everyone has to, and I think we're starting to see that in the U.S. now, where people are questioning like the worth of universities and
Mhm.
education, right? Because of like the
Yeah.
employment situation, right?
Oh, definitely.
And I think that's fair. But like you say, a lot of other like kids have either been like, I get this debt, or like, what other option do I go, right? Because we're not supporting them with trade school. We're not supporting, right?
Right.
And it's not like because and I think the university as an industry itself, it's a business industry. I think they've sold and marketed it brilliantly,
Right.
right? Everyone has to come to our school. You have to pay these fees. You have to come. right? It's a brilliant marketing message that's been fed down our generations.
Right.
But you're right. Some kids like maybe they don't want to go to school.
Yeah,
maybe they
or
don't have
maybe
to.
you want to be like a hairstylist.
Yeah,
or
and
something.
we need those in the economy to support us, and we're seeing more and more
Exactly.
kids now go to trade school. Actually, like the younger
Right.
generation are going more back to trade school because you